Hello balloon people, I'm Vinny Malone, and I'm making some balloon tutorials to help myself learn a little bit more about balloons, and also because what I know, I've pretty much learned from YouTube. So I'd like to contribute back and hopefully help some other people. We start out with a 260 balloon. This balloon is the most common balloon used in balloon animals. It's called a 260 because when inflated, it is 2 inches across and 60 inches long. There's also the smaller 160, and if you're using Qualitex, the next size up is a 350, which is 3 inches across, 50 inches long. And there are many other balloons, and just to name a few, are rounds, they have these in all sizes, and balloon hearts. But it surely is not Looney Tunes. If you've ever watched somebody make balloons and were amazed how they can make so many twists and bends in the balloon without it exploding, it's actually quite simple. They left an uninflated tip on the end of their balloon referred to either as a tail or a nipple. And the reason for this is every time we make a twist in the balloon, you're actually pinching off a piece of the balloon, forcing the air along. If you have no place for the air to go, it puts extra force on the outside walls of the balloon, forcing it to pop. Another thing you can do to help battle this is let a little bit of air out of the end of the balloon before you tie it off. This is called burping. But you want to watch so you don't burp your balloons too much, because you actually need the tension in the balloon to hold your joints together. So, to demonstrate this, by making a quick 5 or 6 small bubbles, I have completely reduced the tip on the end of the balloon. So let us get started with our very first balloon design, which is the basic dog. We start out by stretching our balloon because, just like rubber bands, it makes it more elastic, reducing the chances of it breaking. And please don't be too discouraged if your balloons are breaking on you. It could be the quality of your balloons, how you're handling them, or some balloons have defects from the company whenever it's made, and it's inevitable, so you just need to stick on. Start by inflating our balloon, leaving about 4 fingers of tail on the end, tying it off. And before we start, I'll explain that most balloon tutorials are measured out by finger size or by inches. The only problem with this is everybody has different sized fingers, and most people don't have a very good judgment of measurement. So this you kind of have to keep an eye on and use your best judgment. If not, your balloons will just come out slightly smaller or larger. Especially with this design, it won't make that big of a deal. But we start out with a 4-finger bubble, and how we make our very first bubble is we simply pinch down with 2 fingers till they meet, and grab another side and twist. Rotate that about 3 times for assurance, and you have your very first bubble, which is your balloon head. We follow that with another 4-finger bubble, pinch, rotate, and another one for the second ear. But instead of measuring with your fingers, you also have the option of holding your balloon right next to the other one and measuring out where the joint is. Try your best to get these as close to the same proportion as possible. And then we do a lock twist to connect these together. A lock twist is a simple twist locking in 2 joints together. So you could simply grab and twist this and it should tie them together. But one thing to help is to squeeze the joint reducing the distance that they have to travel, and then twisting. This reduces a lot of the stress on the balloon, yet again, reducing the chances of it popping. So we continue on with a 3.5 finger bubble, followed by a 5 finger bubble for the very first leg, and a second 5 finger bubble for the second leg, and lock twist those together. Another tip to use is to always try to twist in the same direction. So if you have to untwist anything, it's very simple and you know which way to go. Now do a 6 finger bubble, followed by 2 more 5 finger bubbles for the back leg. Another option you have, rather than making 2 separate bubbles and lock twisting them together, you can make one, and yet again, measure where the joint is at, pinch it, and twist. That could save you some time, but I typically prefer to do 2 separate bubbles and then tie them together. And fix that, fix the dog out, and you have a completed 1 balloon dog. You can press on and grab a marker and put some facial details on it. With most designs, drawing details on it and picking a correct color to match with the animal really makes a difference. And remember that this is just for fun. So if you are having some difficulties with balloons, just remember, practice makes perfect, and it's all for fun. So, we have your very first balloon, and this one I made a little girl puppy dog. So thank you very much for watching, and I'd like to end my very first video with a short song. Strictly for fun, something you've got to learn how to do when you're young, or you'll grow old and maybe cold.